Colleen Taylor backstage at TechCrunch Disrupt San Francisco 2012. The hackathon presentations are going on behind us on stage. These two gentlemen just came off stage, Bahur and Mike from PhoneID. We thought your presentation was pretty nifty.
Thank you.
Can you just explain again real quickly what PhoneID is?
Sure. PhoneID is a way to log into a website using only your phone. You don't need a username or password. All you need to do is scan a code on the website and it logs you in automatically. Great.
So, and the idea is that any of these kind of publications, especially, it seemed especially interesting for just, the Washington Post, the New York Times, all these things that require.
Like one of the really great use cases is things that you wouldn't normally take the time to create an account for, right? Like the Washington Post, the New York Times, all these little newspapers that may want you to log in, but you don't feel like taking the effort or remembering that username and password. You can log in very easily using your phone, right?
And so now explain to me where how this fits into the ecosystem of other similar, I guess, apps. You were saying, there are some other similar ideas out there.
Yeah, well, there are alternatives to what we have, but they're usually much more complicated to use, and they're not actually widespread, and they're usually platform specific. So if you have like login for iPhone, you have to have a separate login for Android. But we have this unified method to have all platforms just at once.
So now explain to me how this all came together, because it just came together in the past 24 hours here. Where did you guys come from? Did you just meet yesterday? What happened?
We actually worked together at a LA startup called Scopely. But initially the idea was formed like a few days ago.
Yeah,
it was a bit different.
Like bouncing around in the back of our heads.
Yeah, but it was much different from what it was right now. It was SMS based. And I think yesterday we came up with a much cleaner solution using QR codes and the phone's camera to actually read the code and figure out what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So in order to do this, we don't need to install any special app?
Yeah, that's the really great thing is that, like you say, no special app, so it works on all the platforms, Windows Phone, iOS, Android, and it's no friction, right? You see that QR code, log in, just scan it, and you're there.
So how did the night go for you? How was the progression of building this?
Well, the first iteration with everything just barely working was actually ready yesterday around, I think, 4 or 5 p.m. So it was pretty soon. And then we spent basically the rest of the time just polishing. We spent 3 hours just doing the UI, make it look better, and then we scrapped everything and started over. So it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, at about what time did you start over?
Oh, on that UI, that was like 3, 4 in the morning, I think. We were one of the teams that worked straight through the night. I think you got 20 minutes of sleep.
Yeah, I got 20 minutes
I didn't get any at all. But we'd done a hackathon before together, and so we hit the ground running pretty fast. So that was why we could get the first iteration out pretty quickly.
Cool. Well, it turned out really great. It was a pretty cool demo. Are there any other teams that you've seen out there that, during the hackathon that you think are doing interesting things?
Well, we like the polish of the Advisely. The concept is pretty cool, and the quality of the site just looked super slick. One of the guys on my team, or not our team, but from our company, on his own team, is doing this game that's like an SMS-controlled Bomberman sort of game, where like a multiplayer, people controlling with SMS. It's super fun to play, so I'm excited to see that up on the big screen.
Cool. Yeah. And you said you guys are from Los Angeles.
Yes.
Full time you live in Los Angeles. How's the trip to San Francisco?
For whatever reason, we thought that a 7 a.m. flight was the best idea. So yeah, it was interesting.
It was good though. When we first got here, we both like the cooler weather. So we get to San Francisco, and it's like, this is the best weather we've ever seen. And we're in kind of short sleeves and light shirts. And by the time the evening rolls around, none of us had jackets. Like, wow, this is really cold. You don't get weather like this in Los Angeles.
It is cold.
It was a bit chilly, but it's been fun overall. A bit exhausting.
Definitely.
Cool. So you guys are looking forward to Disrupt the next couple of days. You've just gotten tickets for Disrupt, right? Or you're going to get tickets?
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to make it to that, actually. Oh. Sadly, the demands of startup work back in LA, it's tough to pull away for so many days.
But if you win the hackathon,
we will be
that's a different
back.
story.
Yes.
You have to.
Yeah,
you've got an event.
We're looking forward to it.
Without a doubt, yeah. And
right.
So we're planning coming back on Wednesday, I guess, for that.
Right.
Book some flights.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming back and telling us more about PhoneID. It's a nice little hack. So good luck.
All right. Thank you for having us.